Guys, this is some real fucking shit, man. And I want to share this story with you because I want to actually just connect with you one-to-one and have some real talk with you, right? And I think it was a few years back, I was about 23, 24 years old, right? On paper, I was doing really fucking well. I had the house, the apartment, the car, the missus, good social network, good friends, had a decent physique, coaching a lot of guys. I was probably like the busiest personal trainer in my space. I ran my own gym. I was doing like 70 PT sessions a week and just had everyone cheering from the sidelines saying, "You're doing amazingly fucking well." But at that period of time, I had never felt more fucking lost, so unfulfilled, deeply unsatisfied with who I fucking was as a person. I was on this proverbial chase, this hamster wheel, if you will, trying to achieve all this financial success, all the external outcomes in which I've just touched on there. But along the way, I'd completely fucking lost myself. And it was only until I started to break, and I mean this, I broke, that everything changed. And there was 3 moments in my life, guys, 3 moments in my life that I call the rude awakenings that have completely changed how I think, feel and perform and operate to this very day. Because that is now what I reflect back on as a moment I will never go back to. It is definitely now healed and it's like a scar, not a wound. But I want to share this message and mission with you today, because if you are someone who is performing really fucking well in certain areas, but you know there's certain areas that are also underperforming, you're settling for average, you're selling yourself short, you're doing things that don't match up with the identity of who you actually want to be, then this video is going to hit like a fucking freight train. And for me, it was number 1, and I'll go over these with a little bit of depth, but number 1, I was in a head-on collision, car crash, driving at like 60, 70 miles an hour on a motorway, because I fell asleep at the wheel. I put my own life at risk, I put other people's life at risk, and I'm just lucky to look back now and, you know, recognize and realize no one was really hurt, that I didn't kill someone, that I didn't kill myself, because I'm very grateful for life now. But back then, because I was so burnt out, spread from pillar to post, being the biggest yes man you could ever imagine, I mean this, guys, I was saying yes to everyone, anything, anytime, any place, anywhere. And I do believe busy guys, successful guys always have enough time to do anything. They always find the time. But back then I was doing it from a place of scarcity, that if I did not say yes to this opportunity, then I would lose out, because I was so focused on the external validation from everything that it brought me in the initial moment. And I'd worked from maybe 5 a.m. PT to about 11 in Glasgow at the studio I was working at there. And that was an hour-long drive to my gym that I owned in North Ayrshire. And I was so fucking fatigued and tired from weeks and weeks and weeks of build-up, from literally living the same day, day in, day out, day after day, with horrible personal standards behind the scenes. I was a fucking fraud. I was a fucking fraud. Because in face-to-face, I was a peppy, high-energy, motivational PT, but behind closed doors, I was smoking weed, taking drugs, binge eating, undersleeping, half-arsing my training sessions. I was just generally not being the man I knew I needed to be. My relationships were breaking, my social life, I was faking it. It was literally all just a blur. Like, I struggled to actually remember how that period of my life went, because I was just so disassociated. I was so fatigued, I was so like just out of it all the time. I remember driving down to my studio that morning, and I was saying to myself, "You're so tired, Lewis, you're so tired." And my eyes started getting really, really heavy, really, really heavy. And I started nodding off, and I was like, "Okay, just close your eyes for a wee second. You'll be fine. Just rest them. They feel heavy. This might sort them just for a second." Boom. Head-on collision, 70 miles an hour, full nosedive into another car that was bigger than mine. I woke up down a fucking ditch crumpled into my car like a little fucking knot. The whole front end of my car had been smooshed in. The steering wheel was up at my neck. My knees were all folded in. The window was all smashed to smithereens. It was done. Like the people, the ambulance, the paramedics were asking, like, where's the other wheel? This could be another obstruction. They couldn't find the other wheel. That's how much of an impact it went. It just went flying somewhere. It just exploded into thin air. And they were saying, stay in the car, stay in the car, stay in the car. You might have like a severed back or a broken neck, and because you're sitting there and you're in so much shock, you're not feeling it because of the adrenaline. And I was covered in all this fluid from what I realised, and what I thought it was blood. But it was actually just empty coffee cups and cans of Monster that had went all over me. Ridiculous. That just gives an insight to how fucked things were. But I got out of the car and I just ran towards the other person that I had put at risk. I put that man's life at risk. And I ran towards him and I just hugged him and we shared a fucking tear. And I was just so grateful that he was still alive, that he'd go home to his family, that he got to live another day. I didn't care about me. I cared about him. I cared about the other people that I put at risk. And so you should. It's a normal human instinct. It's a normal thing to do. But that was fucking crazy. And I remember calling my mum and dad from the back of the ambulance. And they came to get me. After I got a wee analysis, things were looking fine. Eyesight, blood pressure, like it was all fine. It was all fine, luckily. And I went back to theirs. I was like, Dad, you need to drop me off for PT if I've got like 8 sessions to do today. Once I do that, I'll take tomorrow off. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're coming up the road, you're chilling the fuck out. And that was hard to accept. I couldn't show up for my clients because I'd put myself at risk. And that riddled me with so much guilt and shame. I remember going back to my mum and dad's, and what did I do straight away? Instantly smoked a joint to disconnect, to numb my emotional state. Ridiculous. And I continued living my life after that, getting back to things, got a new car, and fell right back into the same fucking routine. You ever heard the quote, nothing changes if nothing changes? Yeah, that was ironic. Keep doing what I was doing. And eventually hit burnout, complete fucking burnout, where I was undersleeping, taking too many drugs, binge eating, half-arsing my training, letting my relationships fall to the wayside, no fun, no fulfillment, no social life, giving everything to anyone and everyone except myself. Horrible. And I remember I was staying in this amazing apartment in Glasgow at the time, and I was standing on my balcony one night. Blood pressure was high, I was psyching myself up because I was willing to do it. I had these fucking dark, depressive, suicidal thoughts. And I was thinking, if I just jump, man, it's done, it's over. Because I felt, guys, I really felt at that moment of time that doing what I was doing, which was yielding good income, good outcomes from the external component, was the only way to be successful. And guys, I've been making around 6 figures per year since I was about 21 years old. Like, easy. Just because of work ethic. But I thought if I had to continue doing what I was doing now, to grow further, to move forward, I didn't think I could do it. So I thought the only way out was down. And I was going to do it. I felt like I was going to do it. I don't know if I was going to do it. It's quite a bloody moment in my life, you know. And I was on the balcony holding onto the side. And my friend that I was staying with at the moment came in to my room where the balcony was and said, mate, what are you up to? Come off the balcony, come into the lounge, let's chill, let's get a joint. So what did I do? I went and had the joint. Thank you, mate. Potentially saved my life. If you're watching this. Great guy. And again, off the back of that, was stuck in my own head, continued numbing, continued doing what I was doing. And then the final strike for me was, because I was a big people pleaser, because weed was present in my life, I fell into a bad group of people, a bad kind of like network where I was caught up in a wheeling deal. Police were involved, could have been put in jail for a long, long time just from being involved in this. I'm going to skim over this because there's no real pressure or stress to dive in on this, but I just want to tell you it was a very close call, and that was my third fucking strike, third rude awakening for me to say, you know what, line has to go in the fucking sand. If I want to actually have a good shot of this life, I cannot continue repeating the same bullshit fucking habits, telling myself the same stories, or doing what I'm currently doing. Otherwise, I'm going to keep getting what I've got, which keeps fucking me up. Fucks my mindset up, my physical health up, my relationships up. It puts me so close to the edge and the risk. I'm operating from sheer adrenaline and stress and pressure in my chest every single day rather than that calm compassion that I've got now for life. It was just all entitlement back then, all entitlement, all ego. And why am I telling you this, guys? Why am I actually telling you this stuff? Well, you might be a high-performing guy right now, but it might only be high performance in one area of business. But you know yourself deep fucking down in your heart and your head, you want it across the board. You want the physique, you want the money, you want the checks, you want the high value networky guys around you that gas you up. You want the life, the freedom, the energy, high testosterone. You want to be someone who is built like a weapon across the board. Not just in one area, but across the board. Because there's a very hollow, shallow existence just chasing money. Just chasing money. Just being a yes man, just working harder, just doing more. That gets you so far. Hustle will get you only so far, my brother. And you might be thinking when you wake up in the morning, you might have had these rude awakenings yourself when you look yourself in the mirror and you look down at your physique and you're completely disgusted by your hairy, fat, soft body that just makes you fucking feel so sick with how you see yourself. Or when your family finally call you out on your bullshit because you're always disconnected, misaligned. They know, they can see it in your eyes when you've got the big bags under them that you're undersleeping, over drinking, smoking too much, eating too much junk food, you've lost yourself along the way. When your missus fucking leaves you for someone better because you went all in the wrong areas and forgot to learn the word balance. Whatever it might be, you're gonna have these fucking wake-up calls. But the biggest thing that separates the guys that change and don't change is ego. You have to have an ego fucking death if you want to be successful in life, because you need to transcend by aligning up with the version of the self that you want to be. You cannot continue being who you currently are. Your current mindset is getting you your current results. Your current actions are getting your current results. Your current beliefs, thoughts, behaviors are getting you exactly what you fucking have right now. And if you are not happy with what you have right now, then it's your fucking fault. Because you don't understand, guys. You don't understand that you need to be better for everyone else around you. You cannot serve from an empty cup, nor can you win or scale a business or have an amazing relationship or an amazing, powerful social life or network of high value guys if you are the best of a bad bunch, if you are fucked. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, fucked. You're in the wrong paradigm right now. You're misaligned, you're delusional. You're not being who you truly want to be. You're not being authentic. You're not living in alignment with the person, the version of yourself that you know you can become. And that was me for fucking years. Over the last couple of years, guys, I've made more progress in my relationship, my life, my business, my health, my happiness, my fulfillment than I ever have. I'm the most aligned, healthiest, happiest version of myself now. And it wasn't only until I had to go through the ringer so many times and have so many fucking face plants to realize that it's on me. I need to take personal responsibility. I need to be honest with myself. I want to change. I need to, really assess my life. So what did I do? I've done exactly that. I invested back into me. And I signed up to my first business coach, £7,000 to join, so I could still continue helping people, aligning with the people that I know I'm really fucking good at helping, so I can continue making good money and impact the world. I had to learn how to do that rather than just more PT, more PT, more PT. Otherwise, I was just going to be a burnt out, fucking stressed mess and leave the industry like 99% of you guys. Then, mindset. Invested about £8,000 on a 16-week paradigm shifting mindset course, which allowed me to become my truest, most authentic self, remove the yes man philosophy from my life, step into flow state and peak performance. This is where the Peak Performance Project was born, off the back of that, through the alignment of my truest, most authentic self, by becoming someone that I was proud of being, someone that I admired, the version of myself that I would trust. Because you cannot build, right, I'll tell you this, the world rewards confident men. If you're not confident, you need mindset, you need business, you need physique, and that's why the next guy I invested in was a coach, physical coach, £3,000. So I'm about 18, 20k down at this point. I invested into myself all in a money. Guess what happened the next 6 months? Stopped smoking weed, took my business fully online, doubled my income, started serving twice as many people, got in the best physical and mental shape of my life. Everything changed, and then I built my own system on how I now do that with the guys I now coach, the TD5. I get them running that so they can become the most physically, mentally, emotionally and spiritually aligned versions of themselves, operate like an absolute weapon in business, social life and relationships, and reclaim the power back, not through the external but through the internal integration of the standards and habits which build their physique, their performance, their productivity and their overall life's purpose and mission. Because without this, guys, you will continue floating through life, repeating the same mistakes. Without this, guys, you will never become who you want to be. You need to become the man and change your paradigm, change the lens in which you look life through. Otherwise, you will continue robbing yourself of what you know your potential truly is. And it's going to leave you stressed, anxious, unsettled, uneasy, frustrated, and going through the same shit cycle that you always have. I've been in this game for 10 years now and I wasted fucking 5 of them. I've coached thousands of fucking men to be absolute savages in every single aspect. I've been there, I've done that, I've walked the path, I've been burnt along the way. I've got the, arrows in my back. I know every blind spot, every pitfall, every right thing and wrong thing to do. And I'm telling you right here, guys, if you do not have alignment, if you do not have clarity, if you do not have confidence, the world is going to be very, very cruel to you until you wake the fuck up and finally decide to change for the better. Otherwise, you keep doing what you've always done. You stay where you're exactly at. You keep repeating the same bullshit decisions which have been destroying your self-worth. Question is that going to be you? Is that going to be you? That was a lot, man. How long are we into this video? I think about 19 minutes. I could go all day on this topic, by the way, but there's going to be a fuck this moment every single one of you guys have. You do not need to wait till a crisis happens before you take action. Your life, your health, your wellness is your responsibility. You need to surround yourself with the right fucking people who have exactly what it is you want. Learn from them, be coached by them, and stick fucking with them until you've achieved your North Star goal. Until that day comes, you shut the fuck up and you put the work in and do it right. Not like me, not like you're currently doing, like the person which you would admire would do. By investing in himself hard, removing all of the friction in his life, making calculated, smart decisions, and aligning with his best self. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, a bit different from the normal ones. If this is the kind of content you like, show me some love in the comments. I would love to know. Rate, comment, subscribe, do what you need to do. If you want my support, my help to guide you through the process of becoming the man you know you want to be, build the physique, the mindset, the lifestyle, and take things to the top, become someone that you respect, admire, and are proud of, there's a link below in the description. Fill out the form, I'll drop you a message on WhatsApp. We can see where you're at, where you want to go, and how we can best get you there, and if you're a good fit. If you are, we can work together, win together, and smash the rest of the year together. If not, if you're a bit of a dabbler, if you're a motivation junkie, if you're someone that's just like getting prepped for his Ibiza debut, maybe not the right thing, to be honest. But I love you and leave you guys. I will see you in the next one. Much love.